Welcome back to Bailiwick Guernsey Shipwreck. I'm JP Falaise and we're going to go diving. We're going scallop diving again. It's actually quite nice out there. The fog's just disappeared and we're about to head out. Let's get ready. Jurassic Park. I'll give that a splash of 10, I think, Richard.
Don't want it foggy in there.
Nope.
25.
Welcome back for another dive. I'm JP Falaise and we are going looking for king scallops. So these are mollusks that you can harvest off the seabed, which are quite plentiful at the moment around the east coast of Guernsey. So as we drop down through this horrible visibility, it's big long stringy bits of snot we call it. Not quite sure what it is. I think it might be zooplankton. But what normally happens is you get a bloom of the sunlight, which then makes them grow in size and grow in bulk, and then they tend to drop to the bottom of the seabed. They become food for something else, no doubt. So we're diving to about 27 metres today, staying fairly shallow, but the visibility is still really good. So it's been on and off lately, but as you can see here, it looks pretty good. We've landed down on a nice soft sandy patch, and I know to the left and right of me are some finger-shaped reefs that wedge down into the out to the west. So I've made a bit of a dust cloud now, but I'm going to get straight on straight away. The viz does look really good. It's a good 5 metres. So quick check, 25 metres, and I'm just checking my compass just to make sure I'm heading in the right direction. There's no tide. It's a little bit foggy up on the surface, so we tend to dive into the sheltered bays where you're not going to be doing a drift dive, so you venture away from the boat too far. So let's get going. So I don't normally like diving with my lights on because it seems to knacker up your night vision, but without the lights on everything's got a horrible sort of green tinge, and I know that you want to be having a good clear look at all these scallops. Looks like a piece of foil there, but it wasn't. It was like a slipper oyster of some sort. And there we go, there's a skittish female telling me to go away. Scallops around here are probably an average size, fairly easy to find in this sand. Some of them can be quite well hidden. It's always the same way. Whenever I look back on a video, I notice I miss some, but hey ho, they're there for another day. A bit of sea lettuce. That stuff in the summer gets pretty bad around Guernsey. Also, you can see there's other clams here as well, so there's something squirting a bit of sand out there. Bit of byproduct, and you do get that quite a lot around here. Just every so often you'll see something squirt a load of sand out. These ones are quite small. They're probably just about on our limit, or our current limit of 100 millimeters. Believe it or not, it's probably about 50-50 with smalls to large here, which is quite, well, I think it's pretty good to see. As you see, I'm just coming up towards the reef now. All too small. That one might be okay, that one might be okay. It's an old bottle. Let's just have a check, see if it's an old black glass bottle. Nope, this is a champagne bottle. I'll empty the neck out and I'll leave it laying there to let some, as you probably know if you've watched my videos before, let the fish make homes there. Yeah, these are all good, decent size. And I've looked back to where I've just swum past and I also see a load more. So one of them finger reefs is to my left right now, and that's why I like to swim up and down the edges. I tend to go a couple of meters away from the reef because other divers hit the reef and swim around and find them right in close. So I just stay away a little bit. Doesn't look like anyone's been here for a long time though. The stones are only look like cold, but they're not. So let's take a little look around this reef. It's always good these reefs here, covered in life. But you've got to have your torches on. So you've got all sorts here. That looks all tangled up. Surprised to see there's no egg sacs from the sharks on them. Let's go up a little bit higher. There we go. This was what I thought. These crayfish don't like to go on the bottom of the reef. They don't like it too sandy. They seem to be like 1.5 meters, 2 meters up. Say hello to him. Right, I've hassled that for long enough. Let's carry on. Always tend to look up above me. When you find crayfish like this, there are normally pockets of them, so there'll be 3 or 4 all around the same area. But it doesn't look like that today, so I'm going to carry on swimming. Oh, kamikaze crab. As soon as it seen my bubbles, it probably jumped for it. As I'm at 25, 26 meters, I haven't got that much time, so I'm going to have a quick look everywhere. There's a sea cucumber. That one I believe is a crevice sea cucumber. Come in 2 different colours, like a brown colour and a white colour. And I just felt something swim between my legs, and it's a little shark, a little cat shark. Not attacking me, just didn't know what was going on, probably because I was kicking sand into its face. So we're going to carry on, swim around the edge of this reef, and this is a good place to find scallops here, where the water goes from very deep to very shallow. So between these fingers of reefs, the sand comes up pretty quickly, from about 45 meters up to about 20 meters. So normally on these ends or on these areas, you tend to get I think you get an updraft of nutrients, and they like to stay there. Well, that's what I think anyway. So let's quick collect these up as fast as I can. They're actually getting harder and harder to find now because of the type of seabed. As you can see, there's old shells and stuff in there as well, and small stones. But there is actually, believe it or not, plenty around here. So I've just swum around in a circle and caused loads of dust. So I lift up about 1 meter of the seabed and swim back towards the reef. So now I'm going to sort of make a decision now. Do I carry on around the reef, or is it that time now where I'll have to start heading up and getting a bit shallower? Do I follow my nose and follow the scallops, or do I take a little bit of sensible approach, extend my dive out and extend my air a little bit longer? I'm going to have to start making that decision very soon. You can tell there's no tide around because that dust just hangs in the water for so long. Basically you just got to swim away from it. So there's loads more scallops around here. Some of them are quite small. Scan one more time, have a look at my depth gauge and all importantly my air. So I've got enough if I start heading up now to get another dive out of this tank. So I think that's going to be my decision. I'm going to work my way up to this ridge and then come up directly over the top of the reef. That's about the limit I can get in one hand. 5's enough. It is quite awkward trying to film and hold the reel and chuck them in the bag at the same time, so you might hear some squeaking from my my gloves rubbing on the housing. Yeah, you can just about work out this what I was chatting about, this ridge of sand that's come up from the deep. So it's probably about 30 degrees pitch, so I may need to make a decision now. Do I go right along the edge of this reef and get shallower, or do I end up going left, or do I just swim straight up the reef? I'll have a little look around here because there's still a few scallops to pick up here. That one's a bit too small, I'll leave that one there. Yeah, I think I might have to swim up the reef. Yeah, all these are quite small. Probably too small. There's a couple that's alright. We'll take them. Beauty about leaving these ones as well, because it's breeding stock for the for this area as well. So tend not to take every single one. Yeah, we're going to swim up the reef. I've made a decision. I'm going to head up this reef. Doesn't matter where you go down the east coast, there's always bottles. Makes me think that the fishermen maybe years ago had a bit of a drinking issue. That's a lovely male sized crab there. And yeah, I think I want to take that one as well. Gotta be careful not to knock the coral off. And now it's the 6 minutes back to the before I go into deco. Let's head up so I can get another dive out of this tank as well. So let's head up this reef and see if we can find any more crayfish. Plenty of nice coral. On the boat. I wonder who's won.
BTS, Rugby, just entering the zone from the heads.
Let's go wait up near Richard.
BTS, enter the zone from the heads back.
Richard's just up here. It's just ahead of us now.
Oh, not bad.
Not a bad bag.
Not bad.
I struggle to get any more in it.
Oh, that hold on.
Yeah,
See, even I done alright. Lift my bag up.
I was leaving my sack and going and picking them up and bringing them back to the sack.
It's not bad.
You jump in the same place.
Yeah, I was on the reef and I was filming. What other excuses are there? Oh, and it's foggy a little bit on the surface.
I put you up.
There's a touch of fog, yeah. I don't know what put Jeff off. Oh, size of them.
Scallop.
And the McDaddy scallop. Even Matt's looks small compared to Jess, look.
Well, that one's got a bigger sack.
Yeah, he needs a bigger sack. On the other hand, I need a smaller sack.
And I put a big spider in. Another one come galloping up towards me. I thought, no, sorry, but no room at the end, John.
I had a kamikaze one off the top of the reef, tried jumping on my head as soon as he seen the bubbles. Nice big cray there as well.
You're joking.
Nah, big cray. I filmed it. Let's wait for Richard now, see how many he gets. There's a seagull there going, why's he chucking them back? They're too small.
Even this sack ain't big enough.
That's a nice male.
Yeah, another one that size comes up.
He wanted to go home for a hot bath. Decent amount. Come here. Yeah, that's a nice one, eh?
Beauty.
That is a nice one. Where do you want it, Jim? How many? Are you going to keep it secret until Jeff counts his?
Nah, that's right. 148.
Oh, 148. Not bad. I better count mine so I can get the small ones back here.
I had a complaint from one of your subscribers the other day.
Oh no, what
I
was
don't
it?
see you on the telly anymore. I said, no, because I'm not time for the round the top.
Richard's in for second place, I reckon. I don't reckon Matt's beating that.
What am I going to do for time?
It's about time I got back in the water again. See if I can get some more scallops. Looks like Matt's going to come down and join us for this one. I'm not quite sure how long for, because we're both independent and we both dive differently, so he'll probably go off in one direction, I'll go off in the other. Same again, roughly the same area, a little bit further north. On these same reefs. So as soon as we hit the bottom, we see an old crab pot line that's been lost, and we're just on the edge of a reef. And typical, I don't know if it's GoPro issues or maybe the SD card, because I use it so much, but we tend to get errors quite a lot. Let's say it only allows you to record 17 seconds at a time. So here we go, load of 17-second segments for you to have a look at. So on my first I had 69 scallops, and I think I might have maybe matched it, I don't know.
Oh, look, everywhere.
I done alright that time.
Three pounders.
Told me you could only catch 2 yesterday.
What's that? Who's that?
I think I might beat a Matt once in a blue moon.
I'm calling it a reef dive.
Yeah, you weren't even scalloping anyway.
No, I found these on the reef.
Alright, we've moved location now, and we're going further up, and the captain's going in.
What's the name left hand?
Hey?
I will get tangled up.
Going astern. Try and figure out where these buffs are, because there's horrible little black buffs everywhere. But really hard to see. Another bongo for Jeff.
Doing it long enough as well.
We always joke, but Richard and Jeff are probably the best scallopers I've ever met. They always double, triple the numbers we get.
Which one we using? The big one, eh?
Yeah, the big one. Set to 105 mil. Just to be sure, just to be safe. How many, Jeff?
139.
139.
He was close to that the other day. He knows where he is. See?
Yeah.
He came up a gully. He said it was absolutely loaded last time we were in.
There's Jeff's bird. Jeff's bird's back.
And 20 minutes later, Richard's back with another humongous bag. Not bad for these blokes which are at their mid-70s.
Richard, why do you separate the big ones?
Because I put them into storage and it's not the shock when I have to take them out of storage.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's the big one.
Few crates today. That's the thing, when you come with all these old divers that know what they're doing, they get a few dozen. Where I might be lucky to fill one of these up, they're filling a couple of these up. It's home time. And the fog's clearing.
So as soon as we got back to the harbour, I was waiting for the noonday gun. This is a gun that's fired between March and October from Castle Corner. More of a tradition now, but it used to be fired so all the boats in the harbour can set their clocks by it, because Guernsey's tidal harbour wasn't very forgiving if you missed a tide.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
He came early. Did you see the splash?
Yeah, look, you got some birds. The cannonball went straight over the top.
Straight to the side of the Voyager.
We'll get that on the next dive.
As usual, thanks for watching. It's always enjoyable when you come along for a dive with us, and I'll catch you on the next tide.